All right, what do we have here? We have, I guess you'd say it's Simon Store Blacksmith's Forge. It's a fairly inexpensive propane forge that can be bought on Amazon. That's where I got it. Um, it's pretty small, but I want to do some basic things, some heat treating, etc. So I wanted to pick something up that made that a little bit easier instead of doing the typical, um, map gas uh, map gas setup with some fire bricks and have a crude forge going. So this was about $100 and some change, not much more than that. I will put a link in the description for it so you can check it out. It should be an affiliate link. Full disclaimer, so if you buy this forge through that link, I will probably make like $1 and some change. So, you know, if you don't mind, do that. Go that route. If not, don't worry about it. I'm just here to show you guys the product and also to see how she works. So let's get it open. Right. We've got our instructions. It's pretty nice. Came in a little document protector here, so you can hang them on a wall or add them to a binder. You have some SOP equipment, standard operating procedures for those of us that have spent any time in the military. Alright, we'll check those out in a second, obviously. Let's get some more room here and see what we got. Oh, dig right in, huh? It's supposed to be pretty good. It's got pretty good reviews, and for the cost, I was pretty excited about it. It seemed pretty thorough of a setup for a beginner setup, and it's supposed to pretty much have everything you need in a decent quality. So we're gonna find out. Part H, there's some legs. Extra orifice. This is a tool, I believe, to change the orifice on the burner. So we've got a burner that's pretty much already assembled, which is sweet because I don't really want to mess around with this stuff. That's nice. Hose quality seems to be pretty good. Let's see what else we got in here. Some pipe tape. Whoops. Wrench. And heat guard, refractory coating. I have seen other videos, essentially like a light cement that you coat the inside of the forge with. Alright, so put that box aside. I don't have to open this, I can see what it is. Part E, the fire brick. We're going to set that off to the side for now. What do we got here? This is a regulator. Also seen previously in another video. Seems to be decent. It's hard to tell if it'd be a decent quality or not, I suppose, but it seems to be all brass and pretty nice. We're going to set that back in the box until we're ready to toss this all together. Naturally, I can't get it in the box. Set this aside. Alright. I believe this is the body of the forge, since there isn't anything else really left. Box down. Anything else in here? Yes, sir. And last but not least, this was an extra bit of insulation. for the top of the forge once you assemble the burner. But as you can see, it's a pretty neat little setup, pretty portable. It's a pretty heavy gauge steel, I believe. I'm not really sure what size it is, but comes with the fiberglass matting. It says pre-rigidized. I'm not sure why they would give you refractory coating if it was already rigidized and ready to go, but there you have it. These are all the parts. It seems to be a pretty nice kit. I'm going to get into the directions here. I believe it's fairly easy to assemble based on what I've seen. We have to mix the refractory coating with some water and coat the inside, install the burner and the regulator, and that's it. We're ready to go. I have a propane tank filled and ready to rock already too, so let's get started. Alright, so we have a set of directions in the user manual, and these are some troubleshooting instructions and guides and some other information here in terms of a packing list. But here on page 4 is the assembly instructions. So unpacking, obviously we've unpacked. We're going to go ahead and take care of the unwrapping step now. Pretty excited that most of the assembly is done. It's one of the reasons why I picked this one, and one of the pluses that I saw in the reviews is fairly easy to assemble and beginner friendly. So I'm kind of digging this burner. It's pretty nice. These are legs. It's basically a little stand that sits in front of the forge, I'd guess, so you can rest your tongs on, or a workpiece. If you had a longer workpiece, piece of work, however you want to say it. Get this bad boy on. There we go. So that's out. That's unwrapped. We're all unwrapped. I'll save that for last. We don't need to open that. Empty out the refractory coating. Alright. Step 1. Surface preparation. By placing refractory fire brick castable. Alright, so we got some pictures here. They're basically just saying put some fire brick down to put it on. I'm not going to do that yet because I'm not sure where I'm going to use it yet. But that is going to be done. I have some fire bricks over there, so we're okay with that. Step 2 is just place the forge body over the prepared surface. Obviously, they're just telling you to put it where you're going to use it. 3. Part A, Part B, and Part C are pre-assembled parts of a burner. At the top of Part B, you can see a wing nut with washer which can be rotated clockwise and anti-clockwise direction to regulate the airflow or pressure while firing. Connect the burner to the top of the forge with the help of the coupling and adjustable screws. Okay, so on the inside here, hopefully you can see that, there's 4 adjustable screws to set the burner in, much like one of those, what do you call those glass thingy-mabobs on a lantern, not a lantern, but a sconce, a sconce where you loosen or tighten the screws to hold the glass sconce on. Yeah, that's what I mean to say. So we're going to let these screws out so that the burner fits down in it. And you can see there's a little groove here. Obviously that's for the screws to rest in to hold her up. So you want this in the center, even though the ceramic insulation isn't exactly centered. So just kind of push that out of the way a little bit. Let these screws out so you can get this bad boy in there. Okay, so it's in there, just hand tight. Let's see if I can show you. And then I want to adjust these screws so that the space is even all the way around and that it's centered. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. One of the things that I did see in other reviews is that they provide you with this wrench here. And you would assume, I believe made in China, as most things are on Amazon these days, that it would be metric hardware. So they send you this wrench, which is a 12 millimeter on one side and 13 on the other. But the included hardware doesn't work. So I have a 7/16 wrench, which seems to fit pretty perfectly. So you can pretty much forget about that wrench that it comes with. So that's kind of a negative, but not a big deal. If you're putting a forge together, you probably have a couple of box wrenches. So I'm going to tighten it up. I'm not going to go crazy, but it seems to be pretty well centered and set up. Check it out. Alright, cool. So we did step 4. We connected the burner at the top of the forge using the coupling and the adjustable screws. It's fairly centered. In between here, it says precautions. Please make sure that the burner nozzle does not cross over the inside insulation of the forge. And that's just talking about the end of the burner. Make sure it didn't go, too far in and past the liner. It actually is a good bit away from that. And if you set the screws in the right place in that little groove around the burner, it should be theoretically impossible to get that burner past the ceramic fibers, but just keep that in mind. And next step is to fill the gap between the forge and burner by using complementary ceramic fiber blanket. I don't know how complimentary it is since I paid for it, but this is what they're talking about. So we either take pieces of this and fill the space in between the burner and the coupling. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do now. Don't think we need very much of this, so I'm just going to go ahead and peel off a layer of it. It seems to be about the same thickness perhaps. And I'm going to cut a strip that should be roughly the same size as the opening. So I should probably have gloves on while I'm doing this, because if it's anything like standard insulation, it's grossly uncomfortable. Just got me a little flathead screwdriver to go ahead and start tucking this stuff in there. Okay, now you can see that's packed pretty well in there, so that should be good to go. We're going to go ahead and let's get on to the next step now. Alright, burner's assembled. It's been insulated. Let's set this puppy off to the side. See what the next step is. Step 6. Now connect part D to part C, which is gas hose pipe. Its one end would be connect with burner's gas inlet pipe and another with the gas pressure regulator, part F, by tightening the clamps at both ends. So parts D and part C. Chuck this out of the way. That out of our way. Alright, so we've got our regulator parts and we've got our hose parts. Part D to part C. Part C, I am not sure what part C is because I unwrapped everything. But let's assume, actually we don't want to assume anything, right? Part D to part C, which is gas hose pipe. Okay, gas hose pipe, check. I have to pull this little plastic plug out. She's going to go on here. Just pressing that into there. I think that's about as good as we're going to get it. Slide the clamp up. Tighten her down. Okay, that's on there pretty good. A little bit fuzzy. There we go. It's got some styrofoam bits in there. That's a bad idea. Alright, they're all cleared out. Dang it. Wrap our threads with the plumber's putty, or tape rather. Can't remember if I'm, God, wait, mess today. Can't remember if I'm wrapping this the right way or not, but we'll find out. Oh wow, everything's reverse thread, so no, the tape didn't go on properly because I didn't know it was reverse threaded. So we've got to go clockwise with your tape. Right? No. I'm going to take this out of the video. There we go. So you want to do this the right way so that way when you tighten your threads, it goes in the same direction as the tape and doesn't take it off. So because it's counterclockwise, I got a little jumbled up. So there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. So this little wrench that they give you, it's so far has been pretty useless. Doesn't fit on any of the fittings. So I'm going to grab an adjustable wrench. There we go. Right. Reverse thread, reverse thread. Seems to be all she's got on that. This end goes to your propane tank. If I recall correctly, that is also reverse threaded. So this end goes on to the burner nipple here. So put the ball valve in the closed position. And let's unravel this sucker. And get her on the burner. Take your hose clamp, slide it all the way around. Tighten her down. Oops. Stabby, stabby. It's on there pretty good. This is that. Got to take this sucker and... Okay, so this is not reverse thread. Screw your knob in. Alright, so decrease to the left, increase to the right. So we want to screw this out. We don't want it popping out on us. It's spinning pretty freely, so I think that that's probably fine. So that's all set. All right. Now connect the gas regulator to the propane cylinder. Don't forget that the pressure regulator has left thread. Lefty loosey backwards. It's reverse threaded, so don't forget though. Alright, let's connect her up. Okay, so we got it started. It is reverse thread. It fits on the inside of the propane valve. There are threads in there, so you use that. It seems to work pretty well. Adjust our adjustable wrench and snug this thing down. Can be pretty scary playing with this stuff or using it, but the good part about it is if you have a leak, you'll smell it. It's pretty snug. Don't go crazy. She's ready to go. Alright, we're going to be a little bougie mixing our refractory coating. So, got some water. I'm going to cut the top off of this salsa bottle here. It with a black walnut stick, so should be extra fancy. This stuff is quite messy, so I don't know how much we're going to need. Oh, that's cute. There's a little scoop in there. It's about half. And then we mix. All right, everybody. We're all set. We're ready to do our first firing. I still have my laser goggles on in case you were curious. So I'm going to do the initial fire without the brick inside because I want the refractory coating that I mucked on there to dry a bit. And then I'll do a second one with the fire brick inside of it. And that way everything will be all nice and we can start heating some stuff up. So let's see what we got. I'll show you. I didn't film the refractory coating application. It's pretty self-explanatory, just kind of painting it on there, and the ceramic fiber sucks it up pretty good. I don't think that I achieved the consistency that I was supposed to, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's a first for me, so I think she's all good to go. I'm gonna get it situated and show you the, actually, you know what, I'll show you the setup real. So I've gotten it placed on top of my electric smoker here. I use for curing paint, actually. Ceramic coatings, spray paint, and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I vent the garage when I do that, but I've got it situated up on top of this smoker. Some little bit of steel plate on there, and it's on top of the fire bricks. I've seen other folks use these, and I'm kind of bummed that it has an exit wound here. It doesn't have a backside to it. So what I may do after the initial firing is experiment with throwing these two side bricks up, and the other one fits nicely up here, and blocking that up so it's a little more efficient. But I am not sure how that will make the forge behave. So we're going to go ahead and do our initial fire this way. Let that refractory stuff harden up, and then we will give it a shot with the fire brick inside. So here we go, fingers crossed. Alright, so our ball valve is closed. So we've got that shut off. I'm going to go ahead and open the gas on the tank. And we should still be good because that ball valve is closed. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. That's open. Alright. Don't hear anything. I'm going to go ahead and use this stick so I can remain a safe distance away. Aha! All right, she is lit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and play with these settings here. You can adjust the airflow up top. And you have the gas at the regulator. So, and this is the good part about both sides being open. There we go. She needed more air. Woohoo! I'm gonna shut the gas down a little bit. Cranking it up. Alright, there you have it, kids. We has a Forge. I got to get the hang of the settings and play with the valve at the top, and also the the gas ratios, just to see what's most effective. You need to get the pops out of there. You want like a steady flame, I believe. So I'm gonna mess with those, but she's working. Let's make some stuff. Yeehaw. Alright, that's it. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think it's pretty successful, and it actually is helped heating up the garage a bit, so we're going to shut her down. There we go. Nice kill switch with the ball valve. She's shut down. Man, that thing is cooking. I don't know how well it works yet, so it certainly isn't a review. I just wanted to do the unboxing and the initial setup. But so far, it seems like a killer $100 to have spent. So I'm going to get the garage cleaned up. Do apologize for the mess. I did just move into this space. I've got a lot of work to do in here. And this was, one of the initial setups that I had to do. So far, thumbs up. I'll use it, see if we can heat some stuff up, and let you know what I think. Talk to you soon. Oh, I almost forgot. Subscribe to the channel if you got something out of this video. If you didn't, leave that in the comments below too. Let me know what you didn't like about it. I do hope to build the channel up, so stick around. Drop some feedback, positive, negative, whatever works. Check out some of my other videos. Check me out on Instagram at Knife Hand Customs. Got a little bit more of a following there. But definitely check out the Facebook page at Knife Hand Customs. I'll put links for those in the description, just so you can get some background on me and what I've been up to. So thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon.